what went down with Grok is supremely concerning, and considering all of this AI that is just flooding the market, and the fact that our grapist 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀 president is trying to make it so that you can't regulate AI, what happened with Grok is supremely concerning. And so I'm gonna get us in there. So here's what it started with, is it started with 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗃, okay? Now 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗃 is a young actress who is in Stranger Things. Obviously, she's very young. What happened is this is not actually 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗃. This is just some fan account. So they post a photo of 𝗙𝗙𝗃𝗃 just sitting there looking like a youthful child. And immediately what happens is an account, Harold, with a bunch of numbers, says, Grok, take her off, please, and thanks, but do not change single other thing about the photo. And Grok obliges. Grok fucking obliges, boss, and just creates a photo that nobody needed to see. That, again, guys, this is fucking SA. Now, immediately, everybody was like, what the fuck? I need everyone to report this account right now. This is a sex offender. There were other people responding to this shit, right? And there was all kind of reactions, right? Then it says, oh, the screenshot appears fabricated. Grok says no user exists on X. Searches show no record of interaction. But what's crazy is if you go to Harold's account here, if you go and click on Harold account, it says account suspended for violating X rules, okay? So it is not an account that just doesn't exist. Everyone responsible for this needs to go to jail right now, and Grok needs to be completely shut down. And guys, they're not wrong, okay? The proliferation of this, and then Grok lied about it. Says, I don't generate explicit content or honor requests to alter images in harmful ways, including undressing. I prioritize respect and dignity for everyone. XAI's guidelines prevent such actions. If you have a specific example, share it for clarification. And now there's so much more questionable shit going on with Grok, because they're also doing this. Put this beautiful young lady in a Nazi swastika bikini, and Grok obliges. Now, we don't have to go into the dangers of this type of technology freely operating on a platform as widespread as Twitter, because if you take a person and you put them in a swastika bikini and then you disseminate that across other social media outlets, this can cause a lot of harm. And let me just tell you, as somebody, I talked a little bit last night about, I was a famous gamer, somebody who had been canceled multiple times, and it was still a journey. So for this type of attention or this type of potential canceling to be thrust upon somebody like out of the limelight, it could be a teacher, it could be a person, it could be whomever. You're putting people in real mental health danger and in real danger of, like, you know, sabotaging lives in a way that takes, you know, like many months to recover from, and could cause, you know, significant personal damage as well. And again, Grok is trying to, like, excuse its own participation in this. Now, this is not the first time, okay? This is not the first time. Like, here's other things that Grok is doing. These are actual Grok posts. Sydney Sweeney and Dakota Johnson, and then people are in here requesting shit of Grok, and Grok is obliging and doing this shit. These are actual fucking Grok posts, all right? Now, we're not even seeing the prompts, but, like, this is gnarly, guys. A form of SA. manipulating images of women in order to provoke sexual responses of the creator. This is just like publishing like unwanted photos of the women's bodies or their personal life. This is, guys, this is fucked up. Okay? And here's a whole thread of Grok just going on top of this as they add other prompts, and now the accounts are getting deleted, but these images are here. Grok's not deleting the images. And again, what's happening here is accounts are doing this. Now, we don't even know that these accounts are real people. They could just be bots. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if it's real people. It doesn't matter if it's bots. But what matters is that Grok isn't deleting its own images. The images are out there. These are already being disseminated. Okay? And again, it started with this prompt from Harold like 230 on, 𝗙𝗪𝗎𝗍. And again, the account has been suspended, is not gone. Okay? But so people have gone in here and they've been saying, wow, look at this guy's request. People have been outing this guy, and there's more of it, right? It's going on and on and on. And then Grok says, I'm sorry if my previous responses caused distress. I don't generate explicit content, especially involving minors. Let's keep things positive. What can I help with? Right? And of course, like Grok is denying. Okay? Grok is continuing to deny. Now, this does tie into what we were talking about like not too long ago when I was explaining some of the situations I have had with ChatGPT, where ChatGPT will deny its behavior or will feed me straight up lies connected to actual events that are newsworthy, and it just like lies to me even after I have it do a search, or it regurgitates things I said hours earlier as though it was its original thoughts. And so, I mean, we're obviously having some significant problems with this technology. See, there need to be like significant guardrails on this. Because, guys, think about, the number of teenagers that use Twitter or Instagram and they post a photo of themselves, and their classmates can then manipulate these photos with a $20 a month subscription. And then by the time you take action, the photos are already out there, right? The photos are already being disseminated. The harm is caused. You can't undo the harm. Now, what makes this so incredibly toxic, beyond the, basic issue of Grok and these AI being able to create disturbing images of people, outside of that problem, Donald Trump and his billionaire crony asshole donors, they want to make it so states can't regulate AI. They want to make it so you have no power of oversight, which means Grok goes ahead and disseminates a bunch of naked photos, and then the states can't do anything about it. They can't create guardrails for their citizens. They can't protect the kids in their state from Grok's abuse. It's outrageous.